Tanzina Abni Abbas, Mumbai. Also, I would have been feeling very glad if our another chief guest of honor, Alhaj Hussain Ahmed Lashkar sir, would have also been present here. So I'd like to start my speech here as I have been asked to deliver. What I had thought earlier that I will give my speech in Bengali. Okay, since some of I had taken some suggestions, some said no, Bengali will be better so that everyone can understand. But after I came, here and I attended the program downside, I saw that students were so good in English that I changed my mind and I thought that I'll give my speech in English only. I'll not give it Bengali. There was okay, Tanzina. Her English is very good, and also her companion here. Also another girl who was reciting a poem, and some other small girls. They reminded me of my childhood days when I was also in my school and I wanted to perform. Sometimes I performed, sometimes I did not perform. But I see them having so much confidence in themselves in facing a crowd here. I don't think many students will have it. So I'll give the credit to the teachers here, also to the parents, that they have done a very good job. So a big clap to all the teachers, also to the principal. A big clap. The students, since it is Independence Day, I'll talk a little bit about history. We all know how the British came to India. They had come to India for trading purposes. Jahangir, Mughal Emperor Jahangir was the emperor then who granted shipping rights, trading rights to the British. The British initially did not have any plans of starting a business here, but slowly they saw that the Indians were divided. In terms of many things, they were divided. The kingdoms, they were all fighting with each other. So they took advantage of the situation here in India, and then slowly they expanded their empire. I hope everyone can understand what I'm saying. Or should I say in Bengali? English is okay? Okay, so what was the main cause? The main cause of the British coming to India was our division. We were not united. Alright, so that is one thing that we can take. Why the British had come to India. Slowly they expanded, and then afterwards the people, they got united. Fighting stopped because all the land was taken away by the British slowly and slowly. All the Mughal emperor and all their rights, all their advantages, whatever they had, that was taken away by various policies, subsidiary alliance, various taxation policies. So the emperors, Mughal emperors were gone, they did not have any more rights. All the various Hindu kingdoms that were there, they also disappeared slowly and slowly. So finally they all gathered together. They understood that the British were one. Why they were one? Because they were united. So India also united against the British. And we know the Battle of Plassey, right? And then Battle of Plassey was also because there was division. In West Bengal there was division. So British won, Indians lose. Afterwards, the revolt of 1857, that is well known in history. The Indians all gathered together under the leadership of the last Mughal emperor, Bahadur Shah Jafar. And then afterwards, the revolt of 1857, was the starting point of the freedom movement in India. Then afterwards came it was unorganized, not very organized. Revolt of 1857 resulted in failure because the British were much more advanced in times. They had more arms, they had more soldiers, they were much more trained. But we were not trained, right? We knew only how to fight on horses with arrows and all, but we did not have arms and ammunitions like the British they had, or we did not have the training also. So what happened? Slowly, there were some intellectuals who had education. Those people who had education, they combined themselves. They formed a party, the Indian National Congress, in 1885. After the coming of the Indian National Congress, which was only limited to some few people, slowly various other people started to join in, and then came Mahatma Gandhi, who was away in South Africa. He left South Africa, he came to India, and then he gave a leadership to the people, how they should proceed against the British. Because for everything we need a leader, right? In school we need a leader who may be the principal. He has to guide the teachers how they should be teaching, right? If there is proper attendance or not, if there is punctuality or not, if there is discipline or not. If there is any indiscipline, he has to take action against that. So in the same way, Mahatma Gandhi, along with some other prominent leaders, he gave the leadership. He acted as a guide for all those who came under him. So his policy was that of non-violence. Also, there were people like Bhagat Singh who went in the extremist ways. They did not follow the non-violent way because they thought non-violence was very slow. It was like talking softly with the British. So they did not want to talk softly. They did not want to talk in a very nice way that come, okay, we will talk over it, you go, leave India. He did not want to talk in that way. He wanted to talk with arms and ammunition, that quit India as soon as possible. So he wanted to go very fast. Okay, there were some flaws also in the freedom movement according to some critics. But whatever, we have attained independence on 15 August 1947. Precisely it is 14 August, midnight of 14 August, so it is 15th August to say correctly. So we are celebrating it today. But independence came at the cost of the lives of so many people. It cost the lives of so many people. So many people they laid their lives. They died because they wanted a free India. They wanted their own government. They did not want to work or do whatever the British government is saying. They did not want to push policies or pay taxes to the British government, because British government was what? It was not doing things for the welfare of the country. They were doing it ultimately for their own country. They were earning profits from India. They were taking it to their own country. So they were looting the wealth of India. So ultimately, when Indians, as they realized that we are not having any profit, we are giving all our profits to the British, they turned against the Britishers. So coming back, after independence, it was a big, India was so much in turmoil. There was poverty, there was unemployment, there was corruption, there were diseases that needed to be